What's up, everybody? I'm Mckenty. This is my second channel, and this is your home for my Twitch highlights and my podcast. So if you like this and you want to see more of that and you want to join the live streams, there's a link to that in the description of this video. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. As some of you will remember, I made a video probably 3 or 4 weeks ago now called What Killed Deathcore, and in that video, I said that 99% of reaction content was trash. I said that kind of offhandedly, like more or less as a joke, and I qualified it with some things which I will talk about in a minute. Really just intended that as a throwaway line that I didn't really think anybody was going to make a big deal out of, but they kind of did. A lot of people like took that the wrong way, were upset about it. Apparently some people on Reddit were talking about it. You know, this guy here, Metal Burb, who I'm not familiar or was not familiar with, but apparently he is a reaction YouTuber and he's got 68,000 subscribers, so he's doing well for himself. He made this video, which he says defends the value of reaction channels. And well, just here's what I said. If you're not familiar, this is basically like a whole genre, a whole like style of YouTube video where somebody watches a music video and then says like, dude, whoa, that's crazy. Oh, dude, sick.
Honestly, man, I gotta admit, that's a pretty good impression of me, but what's up, guys? Today, I'm doing a different kind of video.
So this is not like a rebuttal to this guy specifically, because there were quite a few people who were, you know, not happy with what I said. I just kind of wanted to address all of them at once and kind of clarify some of the stuff that I said, because I didn't mean to upset people. Like I said, I really just said that more or less as a joke. I didn't expect that anybody would be that upset about it. And that's not my intention, so I wanted to kind of clarify it. But first, I want to thank Ritual for sponsoring this video. Do you have a perfect diet day in, day out? Yeah, me neither. That is where Ritual comes in. Ritual helps people fill the gaps in their diet with no shady additives, fillers, colorants, or anything else. These 2 easy-to-take capsules provide 10 nutrients to support a strong foundation for your health. That's it. What I like about Ritual is how transparent they are about what ingredients they choose and why. You can see where they source everything and even what the environmental impact is of all the ingredients. Very cool. Their Essential for Men vitamin contains 10 high-quality nutrients like vitamin A, vitamin D, omega-3, and zinc that are difficult for men to get from their diet alone. They also have vitamins for women, a 50+ one, a prenatal, postnatal, and also teen vitamins. And it's all delivered to your door via subscription. It works out to about $1 a day with no strings attached, no additional charges, no funny stuff. And they don't just offer vitamins. They recently launched a new essential protein range. These daily shakes are designed to support maintenance of lean muscle mass and to promote healthy, active aging for everyone, not just athletes. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm pretty passionate about this stuff, so I think that this is a pretty cool product. So if that sounds interesting and you want to fill in the gaps in your diet with Essential for Men, a small but important step that helps support a healthy foundation for your body, Ritual are offering 20% off your first month by going to the link in the description of this video and using this code at checkout. Thanks again to Ritual for supporting my channel. I literally said 99% of reaction channels are trash. What do you expect? Well, I didn't realize that people had such strong feelings about reaction channels. I really didn't. And what I'm talking about, the kind of reaction content that I think is trash is the stuff where like it's clearly not genuine, right? Like lifelong metal fan reacts to hearing Enter Sandman for the first time. It's like, come on, man, you're 40 years old and you've been a musician your whole life and you haven't heard Enter Sandman before. Come on. I don't believe it. There's no way that you're like a lifelong music fan of any kind and you've never fucking heard Enter Sandman before. Or people who listen to, you know, new music and just every single song that they hear is the most mind-blowing thing, like, oh my god, I'll never, my eardrums just exploded, I can't believe I heard that. Like every single song is the most over-the-top reaction where they think it's just so amazing. I don't believe it. I don't think there's anybody out there that reacts that over-the-top enthusiastically to everything that they hear. I think it's bad content. With that being said, Who cares? The fact that I don't think it's good content or that I have criticisms of that content doesn't mean that I think people should stop making it or that you should stop reacting to it. You know, I guess I just honestly didn't expect people to like be that upset about it, because I went on to clarify that I do think that they add a lot of value to the scene. So I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that stuff. So the reason why I said it in context was talking about Lorna Shore. And you could say Spirit Box is another example of this. There's probably some other bands I'm not thinking of. Artists that clearly got a huge boost from reaction channels. Like I said in that video, you know, if you go look for Lorna Shore to the Hellfire reactions, there's dozens of them that have like, you know, over 100,000 views. Same thing with like Spirit Box or Ginger. There's another example of that. The Ginger Pisces video where she's singing in the studio, like doing pretty vocals, clean vocals for a while. Then she starts screaming and, you know, kind of, and it legitimately is shocking because she's like a very pretty girl and you don't associate screaming with pretty girls. So everybody made a reaction video to Ginger. And what did that do for the band? Well, I think that's a huge part of why Ginger blew up a couple years ago the way they did. So do I think that all those videos were good? No, I don't. I think a lot of people made those videos just to get views. And I think that a lot of those people pretended to have an exaggerated reaction to that that was not genuine. But so what? I thought it was pretty clear my tone was kind of just joking. I don't like, if people want to make reaction videos in which they ham up their reaction, you know, in a way that's not entirely genuine, like, who really gives a fuck? You know what I mean? I really don't care. It's not that big of a deal. Here's the first thing I don't understand. Do people not believe that this is a thing? Like, does everyone actually think that all these reactions are genuine? Are people that gullible? This is the equivalent of those prank channels that are for like little kids, where as an adult, if you're watching this, it's like super, super obvious that the pranks are fake. Right? That's how I feel watching some of these reaction channels. It's like, you know, this is fake, right? If you still like it, that's cool. But I'm just kind of surprised that people don't think that this is a thing. That being said, I think the good stuff is actually very good. Nik Nokturnal is somebody who I do watch his stuff, and these days he's primarily a reaction YouTuber. He wasn't always. Like, he started out doing covers. He's done some skits and lots of other kind of stuff. I think his stuff is really entertaining. PewDiePie does react kind of stuff that I think is really good. There's lots of other people. And, you know, the question is, do you add value in some way or another to me? So the question number one is like, what makes good versus bad reaction content? And to me, the difference is, do you add value? And if all you're doing is basically over the top fake reactions, to me, speak of the devil, Metal Burbs here. If all you do is just sort of do these really hokey fake reactions, then to me, that's not adding value. I do the more like reviews, I would say, than a reaction. So I try to add value by analyzing the band, either their music or their career or whatever, to kind of help add context to the song that we're talking about. That's how I think about it. Other people are just entertaining. There's just something about Nik. I just really like watching Nik talk about shit. I don't know why. He's just entertaining. So that to me is what makes good reaction content. Aside from that, there's sort of a second question of what value they add to the scene. And this is where I thought that I was pretty clear about this in that Deathcore video, but maybe I wasn't. This is actually a really interesting video. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. This guy, Tank the Tech, he did this video where he asked bands, labels, and publishers what they think of reaction channels. Of the stuff that I saw, 100% of them were positive. This guy from Century Media said, "To me, reaction videos are the modern form of music journalism, especially in metal, where the fans have a very strong relationship to the genre and are actively spending time discovering new bands and want to dive into music deeper than a standard mainstream pop fan, for example." And I totally agree with that. So there's the second question of like, what value do they add to the scene? Even if I personally find the content to be bad, you know, or low value, even if to me it's like, you know, these sort of like phoned in kind of fake reactions, it still helps the scene because people watch this stuff. People like it. And what is the hardest thing for any creator? It's discovery, right? Like, you make the stuff and you put it out there. How are people going to find it? How are people going to discover this, right? This is the value of reaction channels. They help people discover new artists. And I know for sure, like I talked about, Lorna Shore, Ginger, Spirit Box are 3 examples of that. But this is happening all the time with new artists, new songs, because it used to be blogs, right? Like 10 years ago, when bands came out with a new song, they would go spam all the blogs because that's how people would discover new stuff. You'd go to Metal Injection or whatever, and see who released new music. Did they do a review of it? That's how you spread the word. But now it's reaction channels. Even if I personally think the content is shitty, which is just my personal opinion, it still helps people discover new artists. So I still think they add a tremendous amount of value to the scene. There's another criticism that a lot of people have, which I completely disagree with. There's this Moist Critical video. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I'll sum it up. To make a long story short, some dipshit on Twitter wrote this long essay where essentially this person's argument is that reaction YouTubers are stealing content from other people. In the eye of this person, there's a finite amount of attention out there. And if you watch my reaction video or Nik's reaction video or whatever, that's taking attention away from the original creator. Everybody who has used the internet should know that this is bullshit. In fact, I would say that is the exact opposite. It's more like a snowball where the more people are reacting to your music or your content, the more exposure and attention you get from that. It is not a zero-sum game. Like, even if you don't watch these reaction videos, if you see like everyone is reacting to this artist, you're going to go check them out, right? You're like, well, I've heard this band come up a few times and I see everyone's reacting to them. I guess I should go check them out, right? So even if people don't even watch the video, it still helps, because the hardest part for every artist or every creator of any kind is getting discovered. It's getting people to give a shit. Oh, here, so there's Tank the Tech right now. Nobody is ever watching one reaction and then being like, well, we don't need to watch another or listen to the actual song. That never happens, ever. But the opposite happens all the time. Of someone's like, oh, I watched this reaction and that sounds cool. I'm going to check out the rest of their stuff. That's why I'm happy when people react to my videos. I think it's awesome. Even if they talk shit about me, which more often than not they do, that's great, because I know that helps me. At the end of the day, if people are talking about me, that helps me. And the same is true of artists. With that being said, I still think a lot of this content is not good. And I'm kind of surprised that people are defending, the stereotypical, like, doing some clearly bullshit reaction to this song. I'm surprised that there are people defending that content, but whatever. If people enjoy it, I don't give a shit. That's the most important thing. And what I realized is that the value that people get out of reactions is different than what I do. What I do, I call them reactions because that is the keyword that people use to like search for stuff. But really what I do is reviews. That is not what most people want from a reaction. What I've realized is that what people want is, they want to feel like someone else is just as excited about this content as they are. When they watch these videos, even if they sort of know it's fake, they feel like they're sitting there and sharing this song that they also like with a friend. And that's totally valid. Like, I don't have that need. I don't really care if other people like the same music as me. I don't have the desire even to like tell someone, hey, check out this song. But I know a lot of people do. I used to when I was younger, so I get it. And I was the only person I knew who listened to like death metal and shit. I would always be, sending my friends these death metal songs and nobody liked it. Nobody wanted to hear it, and I would have been so excited if I knew somebody that liked the same shit as I did, so I could send it to them and they would get as excited about Morbid Angel as I was. I would have loved that. And that's what reaction YouTubers and streamers do for people. That's the value that they add, even if it's kind of fake. And like, everyone has to know that this shit is fake, right? People are not stupid, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if people enjoy it, hey, who am I to argue with it? If the creators enjoy it, if they enjoy making it, if they're happy with being, with the audience that they have, and if their audience likes it, that is what matters. First time reacting to Smells Like Teen Spirit. Beavis and Butthead are the OG reactors. It's true. That's right. I should add a laugh track. That'd be great. I should add a laugh track just so you guys know when I make a joke. You guys should know when I say something funny, I'll press the laugh button. I need to get a Stream Deck so I can let you guys know when to laugh. I just kind of wanted to clarify that because a lot of people got upset about it. I stand by what I said, that I think a lot of those really corny, over-the-top, fake reaction channels, I still think that's bad content. Even so, I still think that reaction channels are great for the scene. They fulfill probably the most important part of like the whole scene. If we're talking about music, the hardest thing for artists, for anybody, for creators of any kind is to be just discovered and heard. And reactors are right now the most important vector for that. So even if I think the content is not great, I still support what they do. So I hope that clears things up. Maybe people will still be fussy and still be pissed off at me. This happens to me all the time, and it's kind of frustrating. I'll say nice things for 20 minutes, and then I say critical things for 10 seconds, and people get mad at the 10 seconds and ignore the 20 minutes of positive things I said, but you know, whatever. That is what it is. The other thing I wanted to be clear about is like, I don't watch reaction content other than like Nik Nokturnal. So people are like, oh, were you talking about so-and-so? I was not talking about anybody when I said that, because like I literally don't watch that stuff. So I'm not talking about any specific person, and I really didn't mean anything by that at all, just to be clear. Finn calls all reactors bad content. Exactly. Hopefully that clarifies my thoughts on reaction content and reactors. I really just kind of meant it as like sort of an offhanded joke. I really didn't mean to like talk shit on anyone or upset anyone. That really, honestly, I felt like kind of bad, because it really was not my intent to do anything other than make a joke. So I was not talking about anybody in particular. I do think reaction channels and React streamers are a super valuable part of the scene, and whether I like their content or not, you know, it's just my own opinion. So, yeah, hopefully that clarifies it. That's right. Finn Mckenty reacts to reactors, reacting to his reactions about React videos, and this video may surprise you. That's right.